Oh, 1:11. I just noticed the time. That's awesome. Okay, so happy Sunday. Sunday is the day ruled by the sun. Surprise, surprise. So Sunday ruled by the sun. The sun is about being visible. It's about being brilliant and bright. And where is your sun? That's who you are, being visible in yourself. So my sun is in Taurus, and the sun right now just happens to be in Taurus. So I'm really showing myself, showing a lot of skin, showing myself on video. I wasn't sure if I was going to do a video today or not, but I was like, yeah, I think I should. So I slept like so extra long too. So I feel really rested. And I have extra long time today. So if we want to chit chat after, I would love that. So if you have any questions, let those culminate. So Sunday is the day ruled by the sun. And so that is your birth sign, your zodiac. Where is your sun? And so the Vedic, I'm actually in Aries. And in my Mayan calendar, I'm also in Aries. So, oh, thank you, Elizabeth. I love you. And so it's interesting because I don't feel fiery at all, though in my natal chart, I have lots of placements in Aries. But for my Mayan and for my Vedic charts, I'm in Aries. So it's kind of interesting. I think actually in my Vedic, he said I'm a Leo Aries exalted. Don't ask me what that means, because I haven't even like tried to dabble into the Vedic stuff, because that's like Chinese to me, like literally so foreign. And I say Chinese because it's like one of the hardest languages to learn, and it's got its own like characters and everything, like so hard. So though they do say, isn't it like Icelandic is like the hardest language to learn? Oh, thank you, Douglas. Thank you. So I got transmutation again. So yesterday we talked about the 44, right? Like this is a synchronicity for me. And so that's protection, also that I am embodying all the elements, that I am connected, I am protected. And so I love that. But the transmutation card talks about imminent change, and it's not a gentle change. It's like a really electric, explosive change. And I've been feeling that anyway, so I'm like moving into it, and I'm like, all right, let's do this. Let's get it on. I'm always ready for change. I'm not scared of change or transmutation or any of that jazz. So I'm okay with that card showing up again. And one day I'm going to show y'all like how I actually shuffle my decks, so that you can see when cards show up like repeatedly, it's like I mean, this deck has 60 something cards, and for this card to show up twice, and I actually mush this deck because it matters if it shows up in the reverse or not. So for me to actually like mush it around and then shuffle, and y'all, like, I'm good at shuffling because my pup-up taught me how to play poker like before I was 10. So I'm talking like Vegas status shuffling. And so for a card to show up twice, it's like, it's boggling. But anyhow, I'm good with that. So this one literally jumped out of the deck at me. Milk and Honey. And I was like, yes, I deserve some reward. This deck is so beautiful too, like the artwork in this deck, but literally like shot out of the deck. It didn't just like drop out of the deck. It literally shot out of the deck. And I was like, ooh, what's that one? And it was upright. So I was like, ooh. And I had never seen it before, as y'all know, because I'm normally getting the fucking smackdown. But Milk and Honey actually talks about your hard work is paying off. And so now allow yourself to allow, to receive, which I'm good, because you are now going to be endowed with the gifts of grace that you have been deserving, so deserving of, and that I will be able to experience all the things that my soul remembers as pleasure. And I'm like, oh, yes, yes, Hercules, Hercules. Doing like the happy dance. I'm like, bring it on, bring it on. So, universe is like, simmer down, bitch. It's not happening today. We're just giving you a heads up. I don't know. Anyway, so Milk and Honey is about the reward after hard work. And I do put in the work. Like, nobody holds me accountable like I hold me accountable, right? And that's why I'm like, if you see something, call me out on it. I would love that shit. Like, that's what I'm actually hoping to manifest. Like a partner that's like, oh, not today, Sherry. And I'll be like, okay. And then, like, let's talk about this. So anyhow, and so this is also a new card. I mean, I've gotten this one, but it's been a while. And Dan Buret is a beautiful stone. So for those of you who remember me sharing the show and tell on this, Dan Buret is beautiful. So again, a storm. So it actually stimulates and purifies all chakras, right? And so Dan Buret is actually one of the Synergy 12 stones. The Synergy 12 stones are powerful healers, but also can transport you, transmute. I love this one. So this is my Russian Dan Buret. Let's see if I can get the light. Look at that face, that big ass diamond face. And so I want to show you the rune that I got today. Right? So remember I said the rune, the symbolism of runes is that you can pretty much look at the picture of a rune and understand what it means. And so this rune is the Ingus, but it's seed. And so seed is that which has been planted, is now coming to fruition. And that's the same message of Milk and Honey. But the Dan Buret actually connects you with the higher realms, the spirit realms. And this Russian Dan Buret has a ton of rainbows in them. And I want to see if I can get the light to hit it just right, because they are made. Like, look at that. And it was expensive as fuck. But I had to have it. Because, you know, I always consider like buying crystals. It's not like hoarding. This is really like rescuing, because crystals are living things. So like some people rescue chihuahuas. I rescue crystals. Like, it's not hoarding. Like, it's a living thing and I take care of them. So this is Russian Dan Buret. This is Madagascar Dan Buret. Also very expensive. That's why it's small. It's also very rare. So the Madagascar Dan Buret is like a golden color, but it connects you with the symphony of angels. So the angelic realms and music of the angelic realms. So the frequency, which can be healing, restructure DNA. It's beautiful. Yeah, Amanda, you saw the rainbows? And then this is the most common, is the Dan Buret of Mexico. And the Dan Buret of Mexico is usually clear. This was gifted to me by my sister Diana. I think I saw her jump on the live. I don't know if she's still here. Beautiful piece of Dan Buret. So I have the 3. Now there is pink Dan Buret out of Mexico, but it's only out of 1 mine, and they're not allowed to be taken out of the mine. Look at that trapezoid face. I always look at that too. I look at the different faces, the shapes of the faces, because the sacred geometry is really amazing. So like that, this diamond face, but also if you look, oh, there, I just had it. That's a timeline face. When you have those skinny little, there it is. When you have those skinny faces pointing one way or the other, that's a timeline. So if it's pointing to the left, it's the past. If it's pointing to the right, it's future, when you're looking at the largest face. So really cool damn Burets. So I will be meditating with them later. But it connects me with spirit. And I like this because this deck literally says that you are more spirit than human. And you are able to discern ego from spirit. So no matter how hard ego tries to pretend, it can never feign being spirit. And that's actually where I'm at. Really seeing the false spiritual teachers and exposing them. Well, at least my inner self is exposing them, like, oh, that's not at my frequency. And so this card showed up, which is also the same message. The Temptress card in this deck talks about seduction, deceit, and broken promises, but it talks about the gift of discernment versus judgment. And that was one of the greatest gifts given to me. I want to say I was in my early 30s. I don't think I was in my 20s. When a Swami told me the difference, because I kept saying, God, I feel so judgmental, and I didn't want to say things like calling other spiritual teachers out, like, he's totally an ego. So like, let's just be honest, Tony Robbins, full of ego, right? So, and I would say that, and I go, God, I feel so judgmental. He's got like thousands and thousands of followers and people who subscribe to his teachings, and I'm like, oh, it's like almost dangerous, I feel, because he's misleading the masses because he's so fucking full of himself. And I said, that feels judgmental. And so he asked me, he's like, look, if you and I go to the Met, by the way, is a metropolitan where they have orchestras play, concerts, and everything. It's in New York City. If we're at the Met and we're watching an orchestra and you see the clarinet play off key, right? And then you say, wow, that was off key. He said, I've also heard it. That's discernment. We both saw it. You're just stating observable fact. But if you turn to me and say, wow, that clarinetist sucks, that's judgment, right? So if I said that Tony Robbins is a schmuck, that's judgment. If I say he's full of ego, that's discernment. And both may be true. That was ego. Anyhow, see how that works? So the discernment of that, Dan Buret actually tells me that you have the gift of discernment. This card also states that I have the gifts of discernment. And communication is always key. This is from my moon deck. And so this is the Gemini card, saying that communication is always key. And so yes, speak, but you have to speak from here, not here. That's the difference. And that's what I profess to be most important, and hold myself to that standard. So the culmination of my spread today is the alpha of Alcyone. I may be mispronouncing that. It's the brightest star in the Pleiades, okay? And it talks about receiving the gifts also of pleasure, which I love that because it echoes the milk and honey. So I'm like, okay, 2 cards said it. Yes. Does this mean it's true? Yay, for sure. And all the hard work, right? So I love the story because this deck sometimes shares like mythical stories, and I love that. And it talks about how Sias was so in love with his partner, but they started calling each other Zeus and Hera, you know, as like terms of endearment. And Zeus became very angry, like, how dare you think that you can call yourself that? Which is also an ego for Zeus. I mean, let's be honest. Zeus was very an egoed. He should have said, oh, look, they recognize our love, Hera, and they recognize that their love is as deep as our love. So they call each other Zeus and Hera. but instead said, I'm gonna punish you, and cast this curse onto the ship, where her lover was then sunk into the the depths of the sea and drowned to death. And so she cast her own self into the sea because she was so heartbroken. And then Zeus felt bad for it, and then turned them both into kingfishers, these birds, so that they could live out their days together and eat of the fish of the sea. It's kind of fucked up, actually. But anyway, so this card, maybe I'll turn into a bird. Me and Salome will fly away together and eat seed for the rest of our days. I cracked myself up. Anyway, so this card talks about receiving the blessings of spirit. And now that I think about it, it's kind of twisted. But I hope it comes much more gently than that, where I won't like... Anyway, it talks about I am at the darkest place that I can possibly reach. And I am working a lot of dark shit right now, and I'm in the depths. And which is why I've been kind of sporadic with my videos too. And having conversations with my beautiful soul sister, Lisa, which helps me process a lot of that. And because she mirrors so well for me. So I hope for everyone that you have someone like that, that you have someone that they can speak to you and you can speak to them, but you process together at the same, and you can actually process your own shit through listening to them, and you can feel the work unraveling even just in beautiful conversation of witnessing each other. I love you too, Lisa. And so this card talks about that. So yeah, the story does kind of relate, like her casting herself into the sea, feeling the desperation and the loss and the darkness. And so she just surrenders and casts herself into the sea. And then Zeus, feeling that compassion, brings her up out of the sea and turns her into a bird. So feeling clarity in the authentic conversation for sure. Thank you, Lisa. Yes, that's exactly what it is. And Douglas says he loves using different crystals for all of their different energies. True. And I do too. I love that. So see, I'm rescuing these babies that have personalities, and I love that. You know what? The Synergy 12 talks about each of these stones being very unique to a zodiac. And I should look that up so that I can also share that, because the Synergy 12, each one of the 12 is very specific. I know that I remember the Moldavite for Taurus because I'm a Taurus, but I can't remember damn Buret. And I have the notes somewhere. So, but the Synergy 12, if you meditate with all 12, which I have not yet, I will be honest, I'm kind of not scared, hesitant, because I wanted to work with each one separately first and then do all 12, because they're already so powerful alone. I really don't know what it would look like or feel like to meditate with all 12. But I do have a plan already to put them around me like the zodiac is in my own chart. So like the first house, the second house, and because they are not in their ruling houses, of course, because our natal charts are unique to us. That's part of our uniqueness. And so I wanted to have them around me in that format. So I had already had that plan. I just have not done that yet. And so I'll have to like report on that. But now we can transition into conversation because I have time. So does anyone have a question, comment, anything? Bueller? I mean, can we listen to this song for a second? I love this song.
It's a real simple equation. Let me tell you for you one more time.
Feeling me and I'm feeling you.
What we gonna do?
It's shut up and groove. Okay, Lisa says, yes, maybe you will do that in December when Uranus makes its nest. Actually, I have a huge transit happening at the end of May that I'm supposed to be very aware of. May 26th into June, the first week of June. So maybe I'll do it then. Because I do have that December going into January. I know I have to work through that too. But I might just blast the fuck off if I wait until December, because that energy is electric. Because when I went through it just recently, that was intense. Like, I didn't even sleep for an entire week. I felt like a meth addict. It was crazy. Okay, so Corbin says, I looked it up and it said it's Leo. Oh, I love it. Thank you, Corbin. See, people are quick with the internet. I love that shit. So, damn Buret is Leo. That's fucking interesting, because I just talked about that. So anyway, my South Node is in Leo. And so South Node, North Node. South Node, wherever your South Node is, that's the karma that you have to heal in this life to even be able to move into your North Node, which is your destiny, right? And so Leo is my South Node. But it's interesting that in the Vedic chart, supposedly I'm a Leo, Aries exalted, whatever that means. But interesting. Thank you for that, Corbin. Because see, all the synchronicities, I'm going to be moving through that. Wow. Okay. Thank you. Mwah. Thank you. And yes, Lisa. So maybe at the end of May, I'll do that. Maybe I'll come to California and do it on the beach. And then Mother C will come and like swallow me up. It'll be like, send the Kraken. And I'll be like be like Poseidon or something. He'll come up, pull me into the sea. Does anyone have any questions? Let's talk. Let's chit chat. Should I make a new live so that I can post this? Right? It's a beautiful idea. I need to get to the sea anyway. I haven't put my feet in the sea since since the Aphrodite. Yes. And I'm feeling Aphrodite energy so strong, it's like insane. I know that she's around me, and I know that's actually why Salome showed up too. Because the first thing it said when I looked that up was her energy. And then you said it, and I was like, yeah, that's the validation. Was in 2 full moons ago when I did the sweat lodge. That's the last time I had my feet in the sea. That's too damn long. I mean, I put my feet in the natural bodies of water here in the river, but it's not the same. That salt air just makes me feel home. Let's talk, people. Maybe I should make a different live and we could chit chat. Or y'all can come and we can have some like air fried plantain and avocados. Anyhow, what kind of planetary shift? The one that I'm having in May, it actually, I believe, is Saturn. There's something going on with Saturn in my chart. Saturn and my North Node, I believe. There's something going on. So you can actually have your transits done. If you've had your chart done, like Lolita, the one that I always recommend, she's amazing. And I bet you Lisa, are you doing sessions yet for that kind of stuff? Because Lisa, the stuff that she posts, if you're not following her, give her a follow. She's on here. I always start typing the word sweet and she immediately comes up. But it's the E's are like 3s. So SW33. See, you're already doing sessions. That's amazing. And I want to get on your books too, Lisa. I would love to do that if we could, please. Because you always are gifting me information and I would like to actually exchange with you for that, like monetarily. Keep us from sleeping. Okay, so the planetary shifts that are keeping you from sleeping, you know, Uranus moved into, Lisa, tell me if I'm wrong, into Scorpio, right? So I don't know what planets you have in Scorpio in your chart, Amanda, but Uranus is that planet of electric energy. And so that can tend to not let you sleep, that energy. Because it was like that moving through Taurus for me, and it was actually completely on top of my natal sun, like to the same exact degree, which is intense. And so that's what's going to happen again at the end of December for me. So that's why I was like, maybe I better not do the Synergy 12 when Uranus is on my natal sun. Because then you're going to be like, I don't know, this pile of ash used to be Sherry. The square that Uranus and Saturn is making will affect all signs this year at the end of, yeah. So she told me that, but I didn't do my transits for next year. She just told me about the end of December because it's still in this year, it starts. But I'll do my transits again probably at the end of December for next year. That's when I usually do them. Okay, so, okay, I'll look it up. I've been... But even, like, Amanda, check to see your own. So, like, get with Lisa. Lisa, can you do, like, a quick, like, how long are your sessions and what are your rates? And I'll share that. Or do you not want to share that? I mean, you don't have to. But the stuff that she's sharing, the content is amazing. So like even across the board where she's talking about, you know how I talk about the daily planetary rulings, that's really key to like start paying attention to those things and where the moon is, what phase the moon is in, what sign the moon is in, because the moon is the fastest moving planet. Or it's not even a planet. Is it considered a planet? And so it changes signs like every couple days. And the phases are very key. So not only are the phases key, but the sign that it's in is key. And where is your moon? Because your moon is how you process emotion. So the moon, how it moves, really is your emotion constantly. I can do a quick over for her in about 20 minutes for $25. Okay, for my referrals. So say Sherry sent you. Oh, she said she already follows you. Yay. And yes, the aspects that match your natal chart. Good. See, so... And she just said something today that was like, that I never thought of before, right? So planets and everything create these beautiful sacred geometries in your chart, but the trines that not only pay attention to the trine that's created like within the points, but also what is that trine pointing to? That was like, damn, that just opened up a whole new like rabbit hole for me, Lisa. When you said that, I was like, it's kind of like when you start cleaning and you empty the drawer and everything gets messier before it starts getting cleaner. That's how that felt to me when you did that. It was like I just emptied a drawer and I'm like, oh shit. It just got real messy for a second. And then I was like, okay, focus, Sherry, focus. That's why I would love to schedule with you, because I would like for you to like put stuff back in the drawer for me. Yeah, totally something new to look at. Yeah, see? Becca, seriously. So Becca, meet Lisa. Lisa, meet Becca. And Becca is amazing body worker too. It would be so cool if you guys didn't live so far from each other, because Lisa's got magic hands too. You know, it would be cool, and Spirit just said this to me, like to bring the chart into the body. Like, do you do that already, Lisa, when you're doing like body work, like how the chart plays out in someone's physical body? Because I know that Leisha, my acupuncturist, talks about that sometimes, like how planetary shifts behave in my body. Like, she can always tell when something's going on in my chart because of my body. Why stop? See, you don't like that. It is in the body because we as above, so below, right? Becca doesn't like it when I expose her. It's okay. You're gonna have to not hide one day. I'm trying not to hide. And Lisa called me out this morning. She goes, yeah, when you used to do your videos, when you just showed the cards, like when you were hiding, well, not hiding. And I was like, oh no, you said it. You called it. It was right. I was hiding. That's cool. So Lisa said that's why she became a massage therapist. That's so cool. We're all working on it, sister. Like, you see me, I'm still uncomfortable showing myself. Aw, Nareda Martin says, this is also great. Thank you for this. Oh, thank you. Did I pronounce your name right? Because that looks so pretty. Nareda? Or did I completely butcher it? If I did, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Are y'all hearing this song? I love this song. Masego. And he's such a cute energy. Like, he's infectious. Oh, I did. Thank you, Spirit, for helping me do that. He's so talented. He reminds me of like a young prince, like really infectious energy, but super talented. Like, he is a real musician, and he lets spirit move through him in the way of music. And so spirit, oh, I didn't even talk about my Ascended Masters today, because I'm getting, so it's all new, which was exciting to me too. So Sanat Kumara, the light activations, and this has been happening in my meditations, where it's like light activations, and I've been feeling like I've been given like light codes, and I don't even know how to decipher them, but I know that my spirit knows, so I'm just kind of like in surrender right now with that. But it's cool that he showed up, because it was like confirmation of what I've been feeling anyway. Divine Order, Archangel Ragiel. So thank you, Lisa, because I bet you you helping me with the moon phases changed that, because Haniel didn't show up for once, and it's been like longer than a week. But Ragiel is saying that everything is as it should be, which is really the milk and honey and alpha cards too today. So I was like, all right. And then Paul the Venetian. So this is also telling me to write, and I've been feeling it. I just haven't been sharing my writing because it really is spiced with rage. Maybe I should just share it so y'all can see all of that. But who is what? Because you said, who is it? Oh, the song, it's Masego. It's Shut Up and Groove, Masego, and Medicine. But I love this song. Look, I'll turn it up for a second because it's about to restart.
Right here. I saw me a pretty young gal. Girl was looking like, yeah.
Music interlude.
She was looking like, nah. You know what I'm saying? But the girl talked too much.
Oh, the girl talks too
I told her it
much.
could be all real simple. It's a real simple process, this love thing. That's what I tell her right here. I said, you feeling me and I'm feeling you. What we gonna do? Shut up and groove.
I don't know if that's going to be a good one for you to do on the pole, though. You might hurt yourself, Amanda. But it's a good jam, right? It's good for, like, kitchen dancing. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Thank you for saying that. Yes, divine order of the 7 rays. And that's what I've been hearing too. Wow. Okay, so maybe we can have that conversation too, Lisa, when you do my session.
Yeah, I see y'all. I see y'all. You listen to your boy right here. That's
Yeah, it's Masego, Masego. Rage, but yes, that is the alchemy in action, transmuting that rage into love and compassion for the feeling. Yes, and expressing that rage. So that's what my poetry is right now, like expressing the rage and really talking about how it feels, because it feels literally like this dormant potential of like lava, like spewing out of these cracks. So like artistically, if I could paint, which I fucking can't, that's how I see it. Like that's the feels of it. So like I do that through words. I wish I could paint. That would be badass. Yeah, groove to it, Amanda. So Lisa says, yes, we will. I'm working on some posts about the rays also and how they relate to the planets. Oh, yes, do that. That would be good, because I want to find a way that everything ties in together, because that's what I keep hearing from spirit. It's not in the perfection, it's in the patterns. So even when I'm like looking at other posts and I see like just images, when I'm scrolling, because I rarely go on timelines, especially like on Facebook, because it's so heavy and dense. I'm like, whatever. But like as soon as I see an image that I'm like, whoa, that slows my roll, is something that has the synchronicity that ties into the same images. So like that's the pattern. What's the pattern? Like the synchronicities of numbers even. So like the milk and honey is 51 and alpha of Alcyon is 24, but they're both a 6. But the 44 is already a synchronicity for me. So I didn't even do that, but it's like 2 6s. And repeating 6s are always like, check yourself. And so, yeah, checking myself. Any other questions? Anything that anybody wants to talk about? Anything? Bueller? Any questions for Lisa? Any questions for my other sisters? See, that's what I'm saying. I knew that they were going to have stones, because sometimes I'll read into other stones, but even when I work with them, I can feel it. And I can feel that energy like moving through my aura even. That one, if Allison is still on here, like that would be a good place to move into, to choose your stone for the mala that you wanted me to make for you. I don't know if Allison is still on here. It is all connected. And I really feel like that's the key to removing effort out of the human experience. And to also unlocking, because I kept hearing in meditation before this new moon, and so it's actually on my focus wheel, that love unlocks soul memory. And so like going into integrating that darkness to increase the love that's within me, because it's unlocking soul memory. And so the more you do that, it reduces or completely eliminates illusion, right? Because it's the ego that creates illusion. And so unlocking like those, like the light codes, and really connecting to everything that is. That's why I love when I see the 44s showing up for me, because right away it's telling me you're connected. So when I'm connected, I know I'm going to see more. I miss less. I guess I should say that. See more, miss less. Or see what I've been seeing, but see it in a new way. That's always good too. So Amanda says, thank you, Lisa. and thank you to me. So you're welcome. Mwah. So I guess I will end the video. I don't know how long it's been. So the repeating ones are Divinity Has Your Back. Repeating ones are good. That's actually what time it was on. Oh shit, we've been on for almost an hour. I was gonna say it was 1:11 when I started the video. I'm gonna message you right now. Aww. Lisa says, thank you for sharing my sacred space. I love you. No, you're all sharing your most valuable commodity with me, your energy and your time. I love that. That's why I like doing the lives, because it's interactive. I don't want to just be talking at people. Because this also makes it easier for me to be visible. Because then I don't feel like on a stage, which is uncomfortable anyway. Like, why do I, like, I don't know. All right, Lisa, I can already feel you. Can you own it, Sherry? Let me tell you how badly my stomach turned the other day listening to your voice message telling me that I need to be comfortable being called a teacher. I thought I was gonna vomit. I'm not even kidding you. Like, I was feeling nauseous and I was like, okay, I need to meditate on this. This is gonna be healing for me. This is gonna be healing. So I listened to it again so that I could try to purge some of that energy, that like resistance to that. But I do like the interactiveness of lives because it makes it feel less uncomfortable. Oh, I love you too, Amanda. So thank you for gifting me that, Lisa. Thank you for always pushing me too. See, that's the kind of shit I'm talking about, y'all. Like, call me out on my shit. Cause she listens, like she hears what I'm saying when I say it. And then she's like, by the way, why did you say this? I love that shit. Exactly. She says, I know that feeling, love, and I had to say it because I could feel you. See? And that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of partnership that I need. But Lisa don't have the equipment that I need. But you are beautiful. But you have the soul that I desire. The soul communion that I desire. And the mirroring that I desire and deserve. And the reverence and the love and the gratitude that I deserve. And the equal exchange. I love that. I always feel that. That's one of my favorite emojis, by the way. The one that it's like, you can see the little hearts. Ting, 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 ting. That's literally like if Taurus had an emoji, right? Wouldn't that be like the Taurus emoji? All that. Listen up, y'all. We are rewriting codes right now. Yes, we are, right? I feel that too. Oh my God. As soon as I read that aloud, my body started tingling. Okay, are my nipples getting erect? I gotta be careful. Yes, we are rewriting codes. Deep breath. Yes. Wow. It took me a minute to get myself grounded again. That was powerful. Thank you, Lisa. I'm not running from that. Anybody want to say anything? Did Becca take off? Hey, Becca, are you up in Michigan already? She might be off because she's with her grandbabies. All right, I'm gonna end the video and then I'm gonna message you, Lisa. Sister says, why do I keep saying her name? Because I love her. I I love Lisa. And it feels good moving across my tongue. Lisa. Tell her to stop hating. Our sisters, isn't that amazing that those closest to us always think the least of us, too? Like, they may love us, but they really don't think we're shit. And so when other people start to revere us and really see us, man, it presses on them. I really feel like that, like my sisters, it presses on them. They don't like that because they grew up in a household where they got a whole lot of the attention, and I was like the shadow child, didn't get the attention, neglected. And so I know that probably presses on them too. Not saying that it does that for her, but it just may. Yes, we are live right now. So that's the confirmation. I love you. Oh, I felt that. Shut up and groove. All right, I'm gonna end it now, y'all, because you're probably gonna get tired of me now. So I'm gonna message you, Lisa, so that we can figure out a time that we can do this. Because I know you're gonna need time to do whatever you gotta do and whatever, but all right, I love you. Thank you all for sharing this time and space with me. I appreciate you. And as always, I am sorry for any misalignment that I myself have caused or any disharmony. Please forgive me. Thank you for this opportunity. I love you. I love you. I love you. I saw me a pretty